How's everybody doing today? Misty and I are just in the middle of a session and we are working on our obedience around the house, and I wanted to take that time to share with you guys how we would use our obedience around the house to keep it sharp, to patterning good behaviors, to move our dog around the house, etc. It's very similar as to how we do it outside, except the only thing we're adding in is the place command. Depending on how far along your dog is in the training, whether they're finished or if they're still going through the training, you can have a leash on or go completely off leash, depending on how advanced your dog is. Now, Misty's new at this, so I'm going to start it with the leash, but as she progresses, even in this session, I'm probably going to drop the leash. Now, the idea is we use the recall, we use the word come, to get our dogs to come to us and also to follow us. So the idea is to have her in place, and then we're going to say come and have her follow us all around the house, and then I'm going to give her another stay command, whether it's sit, down, or place, and then I'm going to walk away just like we did outside, and then randomly I'll come up and recall her again and have her follow me around the house, and then I'll put her in another stay command. So you're constantly going from a stay command to follow me to a stay command. Come. Good girl. Place. Down. Good girl. Come. Good girl. Sit. Down. Good. No. Down. Good. Come. Good girl. Good girl. Keeping her guessing. Place. Good job. Good girl. Now that Maisie's doing so well, I'm going to be taking the leash off. And to add another layer of practicality to this, when you're doing this at home, when you're walking around the house and you're having them follow you, try to use paths and trails that you will be using on a daily basis, right? So try to use paths like from the kennel to the door to go outside to use the bathroom, right? Or from the kennel to the place bed, or from the place bed to a place bed in another room that you're going to be using a lot. So you try to get them used to these paths throughout your house, burning these trails through your house that you're going to be using regularly, so it's patterned. So it makes it easier for them because they've traveled on this road before, okay? So for Misty, I'm going to walk her to the back door and let her out the back door, but it has to be controlled. So I'm going to have her in a follow me all the way to the back door, teach her to wait at the door with a sit until I release her. So as simple as this sounds, practice in patterning these movements around the house really makes a big difference, okay? What you don't want to do is you don't want to just wait for real life to hit. Your guests are coming over, and then all of a sudden you need to move her around the house and you haven't practiced it, okay? So that's why we practice. Come. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Break. So I've successfully started to pattern these nice foot trails through the house. Walking from the kitchen to the living room is something we'd be doing often in this house. Also walking to the backyard here, sitting at thresholds, waiting to be released. And then again, we're out on the back lawn. So if you're out on your back lawn, you're still gonna wanna practice out here. So you're gonna let your dog have some free time, and then what you're gonna wanna practice is recalling them back to the door that they're gonna be going in and out of every day. So you're using your training to pattern the behaviors that are going to be very, very useful from a day-to-day basis. And I'm talking it's simple stuff like walking from your kennel politely, to the back door to use the bathroom. It's a great way to start patterning that in so that it's not a free-for-all until you get outside, okay? So from here, I'm gonna recall her to me and practice going in and out of the door politely. Come. Sit. Good girl. Come. Good girl. Sit. Good. Come. Place. Good girl.